I am super excited about today's video. This message is such a powerful reminder, refresher, or maybe it's something that you've never heard before. But either way, whether it's refresher or you're learning it here today, it's going to be super powerful if you remember to use it, to be aware of it. How many of you watching this video have found yourselves wishing that you were further ahead than you are? Maybe you beat yourself up for not doing something that you had said that you were going to do, or you've made a statement of what you want to do, but because you're not there, you're beating yourself up and feeling pressure to have achieved it already or to have become that person, whatever it might be. And holla, I am a self-diagnosed beater-upper, if that's the right way of putting it. That's what was meaningful to me. You put your own words around it. But I would beat myself up so much for things that I hadn't done. And don't get me wrong, I think there's a difference between, being honest with yourself and beating yourself up. So if you've made a commitment, especially if you've made a commitment with others, then if something changes, you need to communicate that. Or look at, okay, I said I was going to do that, I didn't do that, and then reflect, why was that and how can I progress? Is it something I still want to do, and is it something that I can improve in the future, and what steps do I really commit to taking this time? So I think it's important to honestly reflect upon yourself and your progression, but don't do what I used to do a lot more, and sometimes occasionally it still slips in, right? We're all humans, so feel normal in these feelings. But instead of beating myself up now, I've shifted that story, I've shifted that comparison of where I want to be, and I've brought it more into a loving acceptance of where I am now. And I think there's, especially at the beginning, when you're changing that pattern, when you're changing the thought and behavior of consistently beating yourself up or thinking negatively about yourself or comparing yourself to what it is that you want, or comparing yourself to other people that have already done or are doing what it is that you want to do. And it's so easy to immerse ourselves in that kind of negative, disempowering self-talk rather than really focus on lovingly accepting where we are now whilst we are creating and getting excited about where we want to be. I remember when I first started speaking, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm now an international speaker trainer, and fire walk instructor. But when I started that journey, I was petrified of speaking in public. The first time I ever did it, I remember words were coming out of my mouth, but all I could think was, can these people see that my knees are shaking? And when I walked off, I just started beating myself up for what I did or for what I didn't say, or this person was looking at me funny, or that person was on their phone, does it mean they were bored? Or, I was just beating myself up and judging myself so much, and also judging myself through other people's eyes, right? I was imagining what they would have thought without really knowing, but just creating this story inside of my mind. But what I could have been doing was celebrating the fact that I just spoke on stage. The fact that at one point that was a goal, that was a dream. I want to speak on stage. And instead of celebrating taking that step, I was beating myself up for not being perfect, or not being where I wanted to be, or for not doing it in a better way than I had, rather than celebrating the steps. And I think all of us can be guilty of this in one way or another in different areas of our lives. But I'm here today especially for things that are really important to you, especially things that you're prioritizing, especially things that are deep in your heart, that your heart's desires, is to be patient in that journey. I love. I'm just turning down this music a little bit up in here. Might be getting a bit loud. I love the expression, hold the vision and trust the process. And it's something that I'd heard and seen many times in my journey, but I hadn't really quite embodied until probably about 6 months ago. And I wouldn't say I'm embodying it in every single moment of every single day, but I'm certainly so much better than I used to be. Now, what do we mean by that? hold the vision and trust the process. For me, that interpretation becomes hold that goal, that dream, that intention, whatever language, again, terminology resonates with you, apply it to yourself. But whatever that goal is in the future, that intention that you desire, hold that vision. And when you're feeling good, in moments of joy, if you're journaling, if you're doing visualization, if you're chatting with a friend and you're really elated, you're empowered and you're speaking about it really positively, then yes, hold that vision, speak about it, let it be in your heart. But day to day, really just hone in on that day to day. Visualize the steps you need to do that particular day. Set an intention for the steps you need to do that particular day. Make conscious choices on that particular day of what you are doing there and then, or there throughout that day. That, yes, inevitably leads you towards that bigger vision, but it becomes a much more easier, more tangible, understanding way of, I think I just spouted out a load of words then, but yes, tangible takeaway in that, instead of looking at the future and saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to speak in a stadium in the future. Yes, but what is the step that you're doing today? That's the tangible piece of advice here. But for yourself, it's being clear on what are those small steps, what are those small things that you can do each day, and focusing on that process. Even more than that, focusing on enjoying that process, focusing on lovingly accepting exactly where you are whilst you are creating, enthusiastically creating where it is that you want to go. So really practice living. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but practice living, practice putting your focus into the now, into your day today. And especially with regards to that goal, that dream, ask yourself, what is something that I can do every day? And whether you're someone that does that first thing in the morning or the night before, whether you're someone that does Sunday planning, whether you're someone that sets yourself up for the month ahead, just be conscious and aware each day of asking yourself, what am I doing today? What is that step I'm taking today that supports the end result? Make your conscious choices and let them be choices that support you in feeling satisfied and fulfilled at the end of each day. And the more we take these small steps, the closer and inevitably, ultimately, we will achieve and accomplish that goal. Whether it's writing a book, if we focus on the book and getting the book done, and we're constantly thinking, oh, I haven't done my book yet, rather than writing a sentence, writing a chapter, writing words on a page each day, focus on the step you can do every day, rather than seeing that book on the shelf at the end. I mean, celebrate that moment, get excited about that moment, but put your focus in, what do I need to do today? What am I taking action on, aligned action on today? There was a beautiful story that I saw on the Diary of a CEO interview with Ryan Holiday, and of course he's got the book about Stoicism, and he was sharing about his experience in writing that book. And he said, you know, one day I wrote a chapter, so however many pages are in his chapters, I wrote a chapter of a book, and then one day I changed one word of a title. Instead of look for the good within, I changed one word to find the good within. And I mean, what a beautiful difference, right? When we look, it may be that we come up with, oh, I can't find it, it's not there. But when we find the good within ourselves, we have to share something good from within. I'm going to start going on a tangent on that in a moment. But suffice to say, he changed one word in the title versus another day writing a few pages and writing a chapter. So one took a lot longer, one took more energy, effort, time, etc. But actually, we can't argue that changing that one word made a profound difference to the title, to the chapter, to the message that was being taken away from that book. So what am I getting at here? Choose to do something each and every day, no matter how small or how big it may feel to you. Understand that taking those little steps, focusing on the everyday, even more than that, bringing joy, embracing the process, having happiness in the journey. I don't want to start spouting a load of cliche quotes at you, but seriously, taking joy in the each and every day, rather than thinking that when you achieve that goal, that will deliver happiness. You'll be fulfilled. That's the end result. We're constantly in a state of progression and evolving. So probably when you hit that goal, you're going to celebrate another one. So I'm not disencouraging you from setting wonderful, amazing goals. I'm saying set that goal, hold it as a vision, and then immerse yourself in the everyday. Focus on what can I do today that supports me in achieving that goal, and how can I embrace today? How can I enjoy today? How can I bring more fun to this process? I hope this video helps you remember to bring awareness to this each day. Don't just hear that message and think, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, come into the now and start bringing awareness to your each and every day thoughts and actions that support you in achieving that goal, rather than trying to be that goal right here, right now, in this moment. Bring some more inner peace, bring some more joy, and enjoy the day-to-day steps. Okay. I think I've said it enough times now. If you've taken value from this video, please do like, put your comment below, perhaps of what you're doing today, what that step's going to be that you're going to do towards your bigger vision, towards your bigger goal. But otherwise, do make sure that you are subscribed for more content. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing a video around mindset, positive psychology, and unleashing your warrior within. Take care for now.